Hello there, my friends, and welcome back to another episode of TA with MK. My name, of course, is MK. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be doing a follow-up on a coin that I made a price prediction video about 4 months ago for. That would be the coin Kaspa. Where did I go wrong, in my opinion, on my projection for that coin? Well, to be honest, I wasn't nearly as bullish as I think I should be. So I want to give an update now that 4 months have passed. We've seen Kaspa climb the ranks from around number 40, where it was at the time of making that video, all the way up to number 27 as of yesterday, on the 28th of July. Now, here's what I had to say in that video as far as a price projection. And if you kind of just average it all together, I think a pretty safe target, in my opinion, this bull run forecast would probably be something between 40 and 45 cents, something up around here. And while that still would be a great target, especially from where we are now, it feels a little underwhelming as far as what I think Kaspa could do at this point in the bull run, especially where Bitcoin hasn't even put in a new high as of recent, and Kaspa's already approaching its all-time highs, looking like it wants to enter price discovery. So in today's video, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some new updated rankings for where I think Kaspa could end up potentially. What would those new prices look like? And of course, above all, what is my new personal prediction for the price of Kaspa for this bull run? Now, if all that sounds interesting to you, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, as obviously it helps it to grow. And with all that out of the way, let's talk Kaspa. So first things first, and we're going to go through this pretty quickly. We need to get the updated information to apply to my formula. So we're here on CoinGecko.com, and the biggest thing that we're looking for is what the circulating supply currently is. Now, when I made my last video, it was sitting at like 23 point some odd billion. Now it's moved up to 24.3 billion. Of course, the max supply hasn't changed, but what we need to know is what the circulating supply could potentially be at or around the time, roughly that we think crypto will top, or at least when Kaspa will see its top price. And so what we're going to do is, in the last video, I was using this tokenomics page here on kaspa.org, which is just the project's actual page. And if you zoom in here, you can see that they kind of have some approximations of what the amount of KAS in circulation will be on given dates. And what we used in the last video was this 25.1 billion KAS, which is going off of January 1st of 2025. Well, I've been on record of saying that I believe crypto will top sometime in the latter part of 2025. So what we want to do is look at this July 10th, 2026 one, where they're saying about 95% of KAS will have been mined. And I'm just going to take kind of halfway between there, we'll just go with the 90% to keep it kind of simple. So what we're going to do then is we're going to hop over to this website here, and we're going to say, okay, 90% of, and we'll go back over here real quick, and we're going to copy and paste this max supply, copy, come back over here to this calculator site. 90% of that number is what? And that's going to give us this new number of, looks like it's going to be 25.83 billion. And so, of course, that will be the number that we'll actually be using in today's formula. I'll just round it to a nice 25.83 billion. And then from there, of course, we're now over here on my Google Sheets document. Now, of course, I always leave a link in the description of every one of these videos I put out, as well as I actually leave this link in a pinned comment. It's always the top comment on each of these videos. But what we're looking at here, for those of you that are new to my videos, and I'm just going to explain this quickly, is we have projected market caps for different position rankings based on projected Bitcoin prices. So for example, right here where we have 91K projected Bitcoin, we have positions 3 as 136.6 billion, position 4, 94.6 billion, and so on. Now, of course, I have an entire video I put out that goes into more detail and depth on how I came up with these numbers and how they are what they are. If you're interested in watching that, that link will also be in the description. I'll put a screenshot on the screen now of that video. I know a lot of you won't watch it, but if it does interest you to find out how I've come up with these numbers, it's actually pretty intricate. Like I said, I put a lot of work into this. I would recommend watching that video and then, potentially coming back to finish this one out. So then, of course, just to give you a quick example before I show you what my new projections are for Kaspa, we want to look down here at where it says coin rank here in light blue, and let's go down to 27 because that's where Kaspa is now. So let's just, hypothetically say it ends up in position number 27. We can scroll across from there and see this 10.8, which stands for 10.8 billion. Again, that was based on 91K Bitcoin. And what we'll do is we'll type in the 10.8 billion. And then what we're going to do is divide that by the circulating supply that we came up with, which was 25.83 billion. and then we hit equal, and that's going to give us our first projected price, which again was for 91k Bitcoin, position number 27 for Kaspa, and that would come in at 41, almost 42 cents. Alrighty then, now if we zoom in, here is our new updated potential price targets based on different Bitcoin prices. Now, I won't read each of the individual prices. You can pause the video and check those out. I will read what the average price is for each of these positions, and that'll be based on the average Bitcoin price between those positions, which is 117k Bitcoin. So if Kaspa stays put at number 27, we have an average Bitcoin price of 117k, Kaspa coming in at 48 cents. Position number 22, so if Kaspa moves up to number 22, the average price there based on 117k Bitcoin is 65 cents, so quite a big leap from 48 cents. And then if it were to crack the top 20 and end up somewhere right around position 18, the average price there based on 117k Bitcoin comes in at around 85 cents. Okie dokie, now we're over here on the actual chart on TradingView. Just want to quickly go over what those potential gains would be. So here in yellow, position number 27, again based on 117k Bitcoin, that one at 48 cents would be about a 2.5x as far as from where we're at now to that actual price. We scroll up a little bit, we have here in blue, position number 22, 65 cents would be about a 3.5x. And if price goes all the way up here to position number 18, 85 cents, that'd be about a 4.5x. Now, if I zoom out even further, I even put a price clear up here in orange for if it were to reach position number 20, but Bitcoin, which I actually wrote this wrong here, but if Bitcoin were to actually reach 180k, that price would come in at $1.43, and from where we're at now, that'd be about a 7x. Finally, to wrap up today's video, what is my new projected price or prediction for the price of Kaspa for this bull run? Well, here on the chart, if we zoom in, I have a green horizontal line representing my prediction, which is actually based on 115k Bitcoin. That's just where I see Bitcoin going personally. I have a video out about that. You're welcome to find that on my channel. Give that a watch. It's also in the description, the link for it. This is going to be putting the price of Kaspa at 92 cents, so pretty close to $1, which from where we're at now will be about a 5x. I do also want to just quickly mention before I wrap things up that this projected price is based on the end of the bull run, meaning that Kaspa tops at the same time as Bitcoin, or at least this is where its price ends up when Bitcoin tops. Keep in mind, it's very unlikely that this coin will top at the same time as Bitcoin. In fact, it's more likely that it tops sometime right before or sometime right after. So the odds, based on my new projections of it breaking $1, in my opinion at least, are pretty high. So keep that in mind. Would not surprise me to see $1 or even something like $1.20 Kaspa. But of course, by the end of the bull run, my new projection for it is to end up right around 90 cents. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video. As always, if you haven't already, consider liking and subscribing, as it helps the channel more than you could possibly imagine. I'll also leave a couple of videos on the screen, one to my price projection playlist, the other to a recent video I put out about 5 coins I would buy now. And as always, on my way out, remember to invest in yourself.